Today we'll be taking a look at, you got it, the Ford Taurus. That's right. You know, all you people out there that love the Ford Crown Victoria, this is what replaced the Crown Vic. Stay with us. We're going to have some fun today reviewing the Ford Taurus. Alright everybody, thanks for joining back with us today on Charleston Car Videos. I'm your boy Chad. Some of you like to call me the Chadster or Hollywood Chad, but either way, Chad's going to help you buy a car. But before I can do that, I got to make sure you find the car that's right for you and your family. So the Ford Taurus, you know, on Thanksgiving, I went up to the country about an hour away from the house with my family, my 2 children and my grandmother, and we took a ride in her Crown Victoria. And as we were driving on the interstates, off the Interstate I-26 heading towards Columbia, I said to my grandmother and my wife, I said, you know, the Ford Crown Vic had to be the most comfortable 4-door sedan that Ford ever made. Why did they quit making Crown Vics? I mean, I'm not joking, folks. The Crown Vic rode so smooth on the interstate. So what popped up in my head was the Ford Taurus, and I figured that maybe the Ford Taurus is what replaced the Crown Vic, and just maybe it'll be a comfortable riding car. So we're gonna find that out today. So stay with us. So here's your 2011 Ford Taurus. Now I will tell you, there's nothing really like crazy special about this car, as in like SCLs and premium packages and all that kind of thing. It really is just a basic Ford Taurus. It's got cloth interior, silver paint. It really kind of looks like a state trooper vehicle, doesn't it? I mean, that silver, is that not the state trooper color silver? Yeah, just put some blue lines down the side. You'd be really scaring some people thinking you coming up behind them being a state trooper. Anyways, police vehicles are also like this, and they're on the road all the time being driven. So we'll walk around this car today, and of course it is a for sale review video, so if I see any dents, stings, scratches, imperfections, I will point them out. Front end's looking pretty good though for a 2011 with 170,000 miles. Headlights are in good shape, blinkers are working. You do have alloy wheels. You have a nice looking set of tires on there. You can tell that there's a bunch of tread on those tires and alloys. The body looks to be in pretty good shape. It's not looking real wavy down the side, so I don't see any indication of maybe being in a wreck or an accident or any body work. And the seams are pretty close knit there, nice and tight and touching, so that's very good to see, along with the hood. You know, there's a lot of things you can look at on an older car to see if it's been in a heavy accident, and right now my eyes are not seeing a whole lot. Now, one thing I am noticing though, while we're here and getting kind of in depth, is down here, this right here is a little bit off. It looks like it kind of popped out, and that might tell you, well, maybe the bumper was resprayed and it was bumped at some point and the body shop forgot to press it all back in properly, or something hit it on the highway and popped it out of place, which that might be the case because it is in more than it is out. So anyways, but no big deal. When I tell you the price of this car today, you are not going to have a care in the world about that right there. The alloy wheels look good. They don't look all curbed up, so obviously we had a person that knew how to drive a vehicle. And the tires are brand spanking new. Again, you still got the nipples on there. It's very rare to get a set of brand new tires on a vehicle at the Auto Buy Center, but you got some here on this one today. So that tells me possibly this car, when we bought it at the auction, already had new tires on it. It does have tinted windows, and the passenger side body is in great shape. I'm really feeling strong and confident about this car. Already got the dealer tag on the back. Good to go. The trunk is clean. The owner's been driving this car over the last few days, so it's got his approval because he's driving it. And you know he's not going to drive around town in anything that's not up to par. So this is a good indication that this is going to be a good car for somebody. So the outside looks great. Let's go ahead and hop in the interior, and then hit the streets and see how the Ford Taurus rides. The whole point of today's video is to first off, well, show you a nice vehicle for a good price, but also to see if the ride quality is still here like the Crown Victoria had. You do have power windows, power door locks. Do they work? Of course they do. Very nice. That one's working. This one back there, yep, that one back there is working. And that one is working, so all 4 windows are working. Door locks, yep, they're working. Power seats, working. Lumbar support, I think that's what that is. Cloth seats, not all worn out, looking pretty good. The gray looks nice, the headliner looks nice. I don't think this was a smoker vehicle, as in someone was chiefing in here or smoking cigars or cigarettes. The headliner looks clean and it doesn't stink. That's good. Floor, clean. Now here's one thing you want to look at, how these pedals are down here. And these pedals are, they got your normal wear and tear on them. They're actually not too worn out. This is something that I'm learning to pay attention to now on cars with high mileage to see if it was a highway car or a city car. And this seems to be pretty good. So I'm thinking this was more of a highway driving car. Down there looking pretty good. A little dirty, of course. I mean, hey, this is where your feet go. It's always going to be a little dirty down there, but not too bad. Let's go ahead and sit down inside the car. The heater's on, which feels great because it's going to be dropping down into the 30s tonight. And it's nice to know the car has heater, which is important in the wintertime. In the summertime, you're going to want to make sure it's got an AC system, right? So we're going to go ahead and cut that on right there. Turn our heat off and put it down to cold. Cut the fans on. Now this is nice. The fans are already blowing nice and cold. Oh, this is great. You know, this might be a car Mr. Chad here drives, you know? If Grandma likes to drive a Crown Victoria, then the grandson would love to drive a Ford Taurus. So this is all going good. AC already blowing nice and cold. Boom, I'm liking it. Some cars blow cool. This again is cold. Very good. Let's go ahead and cut our heater back on though, because I don't feel like freezing my balls off while test driving a car. Cup holders look clean. Look at that. Very nice. This little area looks pretty clean. Looks like that's for maybe a coffee. Got a coffee holder here and a cup holder here. Armrest here in good shape. Pop that up and you got an auxiliary port. You even got some napkins in there. Not too bad. Not too bad, you know? This car is really starting to get my attention. Let's take a look at the mileage and the gauge clusters. Is there any, well, let's cut this off. Is there any check engine lights on? Because that's something that you always want to look to see. And right now, there's not one light on other than the lights that are supposed to be on. There is no check engine lights. There's no service lights on. This is all checking out pretty nice. Does have 172,316 on the mileage. There you go. Steering wheel's in good shape. It's not all torn up or ripped or worn out. That's nice. Cruise control buttons look good, not all worn out. And the volume control looks good. Does the horn work? Horn works. Radio works, of course, as well. And you got a little, well, there used to be some storage up there, not on this particular one. You got books and manuals right in here, not bad. So far, the car's churning out good. Let's go ahead and put our seatbelt on and let's hit the street. All right, everybody, let's go ahead and put her in drive and let's hit the streets. Again, we're trying to see how this vehicle rides on the road and can it be as comfortable as ride quality is on the highway as a Crown Victoria. Now, one thing I'm going to tell you right off the get-go here, it's not a Crown Vic for sure, you know. The Crown Vic is a totally different type of vehicle, so we can't really compare it just perfectly like apples to apples or oranges to oranges, because a Crown Vic, if you can remember, does not have any of this here. It's just one big center or one big bench seat in the front. And you know, if you wanted the kids to sit with you in the middle here in the front, you could. I wouldn't advise that, but it's a different car. But as in suspension and comfort goes riding down the highway in the Ford Taurus, let's go ahead and give it a little gas and see how she goes. .5 liter V6 feels nice. I'm not gonna hit the gas down so hard where we get a speeding ticket, but I do give it enough gas to see if the engine is doing what it's supposed to do. Let's try it one more time, and then we're going to try out the brakes. Slow down. That feels good. So the brakes feel good. The steering wheel doesn't do any crazy shaking when I hit the brakes. That's good. And when I hit the gas pedal down, the car stays pretty straight lined when going forward. And when I let my hand off right now, we're pretty good there. That tells me the alignment is okay. So right now, I do not have hardly any complaints about this car. Again, some cars that we have, I do complain from time to time because the cars are not perfect, and no car is ever perfect, but some of the cars we sell, they have things that need fixing on them. Again, that's the name of the game when you're selling pre-owned used cars that are cash type cars with high mileage and low prices. But this car here, for a cash deal and higher mileage, is really a nice vehicle. So I am really proud to say that Ford has done a great job with the Taurus. Now let's test it out and see how the turns feel and going around the corners in a neighborhood. You know, it's a really easy car to drive as well, and the layout on the inside is really nice, man. I mean, I'm loving the colors in here and just the way all this is laid out. I'm telling you, this is not bad. It's got plenty of pickup. The other thing I like about it is that with the windows tinted, it kind of makes you feel like a police officer, you know, which I kind of like. Now, hey, I'm not trying to perpetrate and be a police officer, but, you know, hey, maybe people won't mess with me so much when I'm riding on the highway with a car that looks like a police car. Tinted windows, silver. You know, it can kind of be like an undercover cop car, if you know what I'm saying. I mean, who's to say they don't have these as undercover cop cars, and who's to say that I'm not an undercover cop? You know what I mean? So I kind of like this. People just maybe won't mess with you so much, but in the wrong neighborhood. Reverse feels good, by the way, while we're doing that. No backup camera though. I have gotten used to backup cameras when I put it in reverse. You know, most cars 2010 and up are coming pretty much with backup cameras, and any car you're buying in 2016 and up is pretty much backup camera is standard. You know, unless you're buying a, well, I mean, just think about it. I was about to say unless you're buying a Kia Forte, but even the baseline Kia Forte's got a backup camera. So that's the only thing I'd like to see on this car is a backup camera, but it's not something that's a deal breaker. But yeah, the drive quality is great, and this is definitely, you know, if you were grandma and your Crown Victoria got in an accident and you wanted to go out and buy a car that that kind of resembled or maybe even kind of was similar to your Crown Vic as in ride quality, well, this is still not it, okay? It definitely doesn't feel as heavy as a Crown Vic. Crown Vic's got a V8 under there, but I think this would definitely be a good choice for somebody that's been driving a Crown Vic for, you know, 20 plus years and wanting to get another car that was going to last them a while. I think this would be a good choice. Now, of course, every car in the marketplace is going to have some issues. I've seen people comment saying, you know, Ford Tauruses, watch out for this, watch out for that. But it's not too bad. You know, if I could, I'd buy this car right now. It definitely outranks my Honda CR-V with no window, no AC, and leaking oil all over the carport. This is definitely an upgrade. And this is something I could be comfortable driving and putting my family in here and, you know, be comfortable paying a small payment on if I had to. So that's what you want to think about. If you're going to go out, folks, and finance a car and pay a high interest rate, because again, a lot of people coming in here saying, hey, can I get financing on this? That tells me that you're possibly going to have to go to a small lender. They're going to hit you at 28 to 38% interest. Are you going to want to pay high interest on a particular car that you're buying? You better damn well make sure that in the car you're buying, you're gonna enjoy making the payment on. I think I could enjoy making a payment on this. All right, everybody, have a great day. That kind of concludes the video. I think the last thing we need to do on the video is really tell you what the price is, so stay with us. Right, everybody, so we got the prices right here for the Ford Taurus. Let me tell you what it is real quick, okay? It's a very nice car. When I tell you the price on it, you're gonna be really coming in quickly to buy it from me. So anyways, Ford Taurus 2011. Okay, great car, remember that. 171,000 miles on it, 3.5 V6. Ready? $5,500 cash will buy you this car. $5,500, okay? So if you are in the market to buy a car today, please hit your boy up, Chad, at the Auto Buy Center right here in beautiful Ravenel, South Carolina. It's winter time, but let me tell you, it's warm inside, and I'll definitely work you out a great deal. We'll see you soon. As usual, like, comment, and subscribe on Charleston Car Videos, your home for used cars. We'll see you then.
This week I made a video and oh boy, yeah, I think everybody seems